Okay, 1.1 talks about graphs and graphing utilities. So our objectives in this one is to plot points in the rectangular coordinate system and graph equations in the rectangular coordinate system. So first thing, what is a rectangular coordinate system? It's our graph. It's the normal x and y axes that we see. So we're going to draw a horizontal line and a vertical line that intersect at right angles. The horizontal line is the x-axis and the vertical line is the y-axis. The point of intersection for these two axes is 0, is their 0 points, and it's known as their origin. Okay, remember that positive numbers are shown to the right of the origin for the x-axis and above the origin for the y-axis. Negative numbers are shown to the left of the origin of the x-axis and below the origin on the y-axis. Each point in the rectangular coordinate system corresponds to an ordered pair of real numbers x and y. The first number in each pair, called the x-coordinate, denotes the distance and direction from the origin along the x-axis. The second number in each pair, called the y-coordinate, denotes the vertical distance and the direction from the origin along the y-axis. And so it asks us here to plot the point -2, 4. So the first thing we need to do is we're going to draw in our x and y axis. And then we plot the point -2, 4. Remember, this is our x and this is our y. So we're going to go, the x equals 2 tells us we're going to go left 2, and the y is 4 says we're going to go up 4. So from my origin, I'm going to go left 2, and I'm going to go up 4. And there's the point that they're looking for. Then it wants us to plot the point for -2. So again, drawing your x and y axis. And then we plot the point for -2. The 4 means we're going to go to the right 4. And the -2 means we're going to go down 2. And so there's our point right there. Okay, for graphs of equations, the relationship between two quantities can be expressed as an equation in two variables such that y is equal to 4 minus x squared. A solution of an equation in two variables, x and y, is an ordered pair of real numbers with the following property. When the x-coordinate is substituted for x and the y-coordinate is substituted for y in the equation, we obtain a true statement. So when we plug our ordered pair back into the equation, it better make it true. So here we're going to use the plot pointing method to graph this equation. So we're going to make ourselves a table. And this is not the T table that we're used to seeing. So our first column is going to be our x's. And then I'm going to make a work column here. And then I'm going to have my y's. And then I'm going to have ordered pairs. Alright, so I'm going to pick some x's. And I'm going to pick like -3 to +2. Normally I pick -2 to +2, but it's a little lopsided, so I'm trying to make it a little more even here. Now your work. The work is where you're going to work out this part, okay? So for this one, we're going to take the absolute value of every x plus 1. If I only had x plus 1, then I wouldn't have absolute value bars there, okay? So don't get confused. This one's absolute value. That's why we have the bars there. Alright, so then we're going to plug in here the -3. So we get the absolute value of -3 plus 1. Work inside, -3 plus 1 is -2. Remember, absolute value tells you the distance that number is from 0. So -2 is 2 places from 0. So we know that our y value is going to be 2. So we got our ordered pair. Our x is -3 and our y is 2. And the same thing when x is -2, we're going to plug it in. So -2 plus 1 gives me -1. Then take the absolute value of -1, which is 1. So we have the ordered pair -2, 1. Plug in x is -1. Work inside, -1 plus 1 is 0. Absolute value is 0. So we get the ordered pair -1, 0. And plug in x is 0. Work inside. 0 plus 1 is 1. Absolute value of 1 is 1. So we get the ordered pair 0, 1. Plug in 1. Work inside. 1 plus 1 is 2. Absolute value of 2 is 2. So we get the ordered pair 1, 2. And then we're going to plug in 2. Add the inside. 2 plus 1 is 3. Absolute value is 3. So we get the ordered pair 2, 3. And now we're just going to graph them. If you can, try to remember, what does an absolute value graph look like? Hopefully you remember it's V-shaped. So I know I should be looking at a V here. Alright, so I know my x-axis is off just a little. Let's pretend it's on that line. So we're going to plot the point -3, 2, -2, 1, -1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, and 2, 3. And then we draw our line, connect our dots. It doesn't stop just because our table stopped. Remember, we got to pick the numbers. So, and it actually keeps going. So extend your line and put arrows on the ends. And that's how we graph using the point plotting method.